Assalamu alaikum, hope you all are doing well. In this system design and analysis series, we are talking about some cool things on system analysis and design. So, in the series, now we will see load balancing. So, what is load balancing? Sometimes while we start web development and web design, such kind of things, CMS or AWS we hear sometimes. So we find some things called load balancing, routing, server, databases, and it's sometimes seems to be a little bit jargon for us, but I will make this thing clear for you. What is load balancing actually is? This is, in my thought, this is not so much tough and jargon for anybody, because the word meaning clarify something you that load balancing. Suppose we have several servers, server 1 and server 2, and we have some databases here. Suppose this is our databases, and we have client. It can be a desktop or it can be a mobile phone. Okay, so this is our client and this is our server. So why do we are choosing 2 or more servers here? As you know, our clients increase in time, so we need more servers to serve them. This is so simple. I will not elaborate this. So as we need more server, we need to handle this request, where to set them, which server will serve to the which client or which request, right? So suppose we are having one request, it should be gone there. If we have another request, it shouldn't be go there, it should go there. So this is called load balancing. It's balancing the load and it's distributing uniformly the request to the servers. This is as it is simple, right? So there are some consideration. So let's write this consideration. Load balancing consideration. CE possibly consideration. Okay, so load balancing consideration. Why load balancing? You see, if one server goes down for any earthquake or tsunami, another server can serve our clients, right? This is the great benefit using load balancing. And in horizontal scaling we use load balancing. So why we use load balancer here, but load balancing for scaling. For scaling or uniformly distributing request. Okay, so there are several algorithm works on load balancing. Suppose round robin and consistent hashing. A lot more can be worked here, but most frequently is round robin or consistent hashing. So these 2 algorithm works here. So what about database integration, or how, as we are exploring with servers, so how can we add more servers? So there are some system analysis phenomena that we can make replica. Okay, so database replication to cover the servers. Database replication. The term seems a little bit jargon for the new boy, replication, but it is simple that we may have several database here, and this is our suppose master, and this database is a slave, and suppose this database also a slave. So okay, so what is this master and slaves? These are the exact copy of the master and we use this master database to write data and to read data. While a request for reading data is go there, while a request for writing data is go there. So most of the time we write and a few number of time we read data, write data. So that's why this is the system design architecture master and slave architecture, this is also called. So what happens if our master goes down, then our one slave will be a master. It's a little bit complicated. Actually, when our system gets bigger, everything gets complicated. So it's need 1,000 times of refine and improvement to make a system for 1 million users. It's a little bit, it's more complicated as usual. It should be, because a server, a system suppose serving 1 million users, right? So making a slave a master is also costly, as it is not totally updated. So we need to run some scripting language or script to make it update or recovery, right? So it is database upgradation or database exploration. So this is what they are. Okay, so we can I can explain something about round robin algorithm and consistent hashing here. Round robin algorithm is nothing but the first request is there and the second one is there. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So this is how round robin algorithm actually works. But for consistent hashing, I can simply show you how this consistent hashing work. Simple ideas. So in real life, while you will implementing this, your automation, AWS or Google Cloud will help you automatically balancing this your servers. So it will automatically, if you have more requests, it will automatically explore and it will add more servers. So to get the theoretical idea, you have to have these types of understanding on load balancing. That's why you are seeing these videos. Okay, so consistent hashing, as it is used, consistent hashing, as it is used for balancing load. So how do we balance load? Suppose we have a user and we have 4 server here. Okay, server 1, server 2. Suppose, so main idea is we need to give every server average number of requests uniformly. That means arbitrarily the request will go to the servers and the average will be equal. So if we think that this is from 1 to m minus m, so if this is a ring, here will be 1 and here will be m minus 1 and here will be 2. So this is a time stamp, and suppose our server is there, the server gets unique ID by hashing. Okay, so it gets unique ID server 1 suppose, and server 2, something like that. I may messed up with this thing, but take it as it is that we are giving this server as a unique ID. Okay, so then a request come here, a request, it also hashed, and suppose we have 4 server right now, it also has, suppose we are getting 13. Okay, the hashed request ID. We will just get the modular result. Suppose we have 4 now server, then the result will be 1. So the request will go to the server now 1. Okay, and suppose the next if we hash the request ID, as you know, our request ID also uniform or hashed, so it must be distinct, and if we hash again them, it also produce a uniform ID number. So it will be arbitrarily uniformly distributed the request to the servers. So the average number of requests for all server will be same. That's the idea, that the requests are coming, we will divide to all servers equally. That's the load balancing idea implemented by consistent hashing, right? So this is not so much tough ideas to implement, but while implementing it's little bit conflicting, but in theoretical this is that. So there are several algorithms also work on load balancing. We will see some further explanation later. So I think this is now for today. So see you in the next tutorial.